Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you may have noticed a shift in direction with some of the tech videos, and I've seen a lot of people bring it up in the comments, and because I don't want to do like a here's why I'm changing my genre video on the tech channel, because that's just for tech. We'll talk about tech over there. Over talks, we can talk about whatever we want. That's why I like this channel, freedom. But what I wanted to talk about was what I was doing, and luckily most people seem to be okay with it. Not everyone, but for the most part, I'm getting positive responses on the latest tech videos, which for those of you who may not watch the tech channel, I'm trying to make them more entertaining in a sense by kind of just embracing comedy online that I find funny, which a lot of which is based around memes and like puns and jokes or things that are relevant to the demographics that I watch. And it mostly came from me kind of exploring the different channels on YouTube that I haven't really watched before and finding ones that genuinely made me laugh, and I kind of analyzed them. So I found a few channels that I was watching and were using types of comedy that was literally getting me to laugh out loud, even though I'm all by myself in this house watching a screen. But the fact that they were able to get that emotional response out of me and get me to laugh, I was like, that's funny. I bet that could work with the tech channel, because particularly in the tech community, everything is so dry, everything is so simple and basic all the time, because it's always just, here's the news, everyone, here it is. Aren't you excited for the new AirPods now? So I was like, okay, what if instead of just treating a video as a boring news report, I tried to think of how I can put in some comedy and put in some jokes. And I figured that when I first tried this back with the AirPods Pro and MacBook Pro video, I was like, look, I think this is funny. And if I'm laughing while I'm editing the video, maybe my audience will share with my sense of humor. And if this doesn't work and they don't share my sense of humor and they say, Drew, I don't know what you're doing, I don't really like this, and they start leaving, or people say you should just go back to what you're good at. What am I good at though? I kind of suck at everything. Either way, I just figured it would be a good experiment because it was just a typical boring leak day. So I uploaded it, and immediately I had some of the nicest YouTube comments like I've ever seen. Usually I don't even go in the YouTube comments because everyone's so mean down there, and usually they're not providing constructive criticism. A lot of people just want to tell you you suck, or you're bad, or you missed the point, or you don't understand and it's not helpful because people aren't suggesting what you should be doing. People are just saying what you're doing is bad. And of course, not everyone is a content creator, but everyone is a critic. Everyone has an opinion, and it feels like there's a ton of people, especially in the YouTube comments, that know exactly what every single YouTuber needs to do. And if everyone just followed their advice, they would have success. But we all know it's not that easy. And for once, I was not seeing a comment section just filled with hateful criticism. I was actually getting compliments. I was getting a ton of people that were like, Drew, this is really, really funny. Why is this just happening now? This is all coming out of left field. And I was really happy to see that, because I wasn't sure if my audience was going to have my similar tastes and humor. And for the record, I still know that not everyone does. I have talked with a few people that say, yeah, I think it goes a little over the top, or it's over my head. I'm not really into that new style of comedy. I would rather have the old way of doing things. But for the most part, what my goal is with the tech channel is to make videos that people want to watch and that I enjoy making. That's the happy balance. I won't just make videos people want to watch, because if I don't want to make them, then I don't think the quality is ever going to be very good. You have to be making stuff that people want to watch, but at the same time you enjoy making. So I felt like we found a happy balance there, because I've done a couple videos now with this new comedy in mind, trying to implement jokes and humor in there, even if they're more dank and more meme material than they are tech related. As long as I make people laugh and they're making me laugh as I'm editing, then it's a win for everybody, except the people who don't like it, to which I apologize. And I'll also state for the record, I'm not going to just completely go into the dank world and just embrace the memes on everything. I will still try to keep things relatively professional, because I do think it's a delicate balance, especially with my most recent 11 Pro Max review. Like, you could very easily get this toss up between, okay, you're getting some cool B-roll shots of the iPhone and you're trying to be professional, but you're also being very basic and simple with your meme references, and the editing is all non-professional for that kind of thing. You're just kind of throwing up pictures on the screen. So I think you can have both. I don't think you have to choose professional or you have to choose dank. I think there's a way you can find a healthy balance to where people still feel like the video is providing them news, or it's providing them insight, or it's providing them opinions that they find insightful, but at the same time has enough meme material in it that it can make them laugh, so that they're laughing out loud while they're watching. And I think that's YouTube at its brightest point. When you're learning something and you're also enjoying yourself simultaneously, that's the best a YouTube video can possibly be. Entertainment and educational. So given the majority of my audience, it feels like around 95, 98% of my audience is very happy with the new humor. People like the inside jokes, people like the memes, people like the video basically just going in unexpected ways. I think that's the main reason you want to implement more comedy in these types of videos, is because you can oftentimes just see a video thumbnail and a video title and you already know everything. And I admit that as someone who reports on tech news a lot. Like, you can very easily see the title and thumbnail of a video that says 16-inch MacBook Pro design revealed and new AirPods Pro coming, and you see them both and you're like, okay, there's probably some leaks today about the new MacBook and the new AirPods. Got it. Don't need to watch the video now. So giving your audience like a compelling reason to watch that video because there's going to be comedy involved regardless, even if they already know about the leaks, that's how you get, I think, a more engaged audience. And one thing I was very happy to see was a lot of my fan base saying this feels like more of what your core used to be back when you were making videos in the attic. And I have seen that comment made in the past, and people were saying, like, you know, before you were a larger channel and you were smaller and you didn't have as many subscribers, the videos felt more genuine and they felt more passionate because, you know, it wasn't your job. You were having fun with it and you didn't really care if you ticked people off or if there was weird humor in it because you were just doing what you thought was funny. And I'm seeing a lot of people come back, you know, and say that these new videos are going back to your core demographic of making videos that were funny and insightful, and they weren't afraid to really tick people off with the jokes and that kind of thing. And I wouldn't really say my videos were incredibly stale. I think they were just a bit more business as usual as of lately. Before the new humor came back up again, it felt very much like, okay, here's the news, let's talk about it, here's my opinions. And I got very, very worked up on the analytical side of things, where I just wanted to talk about my opinions and my thoughts on the subject. And for a long time, I mean, that was enough for people. People would just watch for that. But as tech gets more boring, it's probably important that all of us put in a little bit more effort to make it entertaining simultaneously, which lots of other YouTubers do. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be the one guy that's like, I'm the one funny tech YouTuber. There's a ton of hilarious tech YouTubers out there, and I just want to be one of them. So I'm gonna try to change up the genre a little bit, and as people are very, very happy for the increase in comedy in the tech videos, I enjoy making them. They do take longer though. See, before I only had to come up with a video topic and do a little bit of research on it, and that was it. Now, before I record a video, I actually have to come up with a few of the jokes, and the edits of the memes and the humor in the video take a little bit longer. So while it does require a bit more time from me, I think in the end, because you have a more engaged and happy audience, it's absolutely worth it, 100%. So I'm gonna keep it up, but of course not go too overboard with it. Like yesterday's video, I had to try to keep the balance a little bit. I think if I'm reporting on a video that's an inherently boring topic, you'll probably see more comedy. But if it's a video where it requires a lot more analysis and it requires a lot more of my opinions and feedback on a subject, in those cases, I'll probably dial back the humor. So nothing's drastically changing. Everything's just getting better. That's good, right? You should be happy about that. Please be. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have an excellent day. Take care.